Hello, beautiful soul. So here we are in this very, very powerful new moon in Aries. Normally, it's a powerful new moon regardless, because Aries is the beginning of the astrological season. So we have the sun enter Aries on the spring equinox. Then we have the new moon in Aries, which solidifies the energy of Aries. So it's always going to be a very powerful thrust forward. And last week when I did my videos on Instagram, the word that kept coming in was momentum, that we're moving in some form of momentum right now. Now, this one is particularly powerful because we have 7 planets lined up. The last time that I know of where we had 5 planets lined up right around the same window of time was 1968. All right. So this does not happen often. This is a 7 planetary alignment with Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, then Mars, Mercury, the sun, and the moon. This energy is ongoing. We first entered its vortex on the spring equinox, which was March 20th. We will fully exit it when the last planet leaves Aries, which is Mars, and it leaves Aries on May 18th and it enters Gemini. So we have really about a month, a little bit over a month, but it's pretty much a month within which to get really clear on how we want to apply this energy in our lives, with the adage that it's going to be at its most potent during the new moon cycle, which lasts from 15 to 16 days going up to the full moon. So we've got this running through the end of April in its most potent energy. Mercury leaves Aries on May 1st. So we know this is going all the way through April here. Now the numerology is also significant. This new moon and the 7 planetary alignment is all happening. It's all building right now as I'm filming this. In fact, it started building on April 15th. It's building today, April 16th. It reaches the new moon April 17th in the morning. Anywhere in the United States, it's going to be the morning for you. If you're in Europe, it's going to be the afternoon or evening. And if you're in Asia, it's going to be the 16th. All right? Or is it the, boy, I'm not going to go any further with that because I'm thinking of Hawaii and where that bridge is. So in Hawaii, it's going to be very early in the morning on the 17th. If not, it will be the 18th for most people, all right, that are in Europe or further in Asia or Russia. The numerology, though, is most significant with the new moon conjunction because it's happening at 27 degrees Aries and 29 minutes. So 2 and 7 is a 9, 2 and 9 is an 11. So the 9 energy is very present with this. The 11 energy is very present with this. And then the numerology for April 17th, if you don't reduce 2026 and you keep it as 10, it's a 22, which is a master number. Now 22 does reduce to a 4. So the numbers to be aware of are 222. They could be 44, could be 11 or 111, 11, or you could see a lot of 9s. So those are the most significant numbers to be aware of. For those of us that are having this on the 17th, we are in the energy then of the master builder. The 22 is about building something in your life, but taking mastery over it. You are, in essence, the master architect of your life and whatever it is you want to create. And with this huge momentum and impetus through Aries, through so many planets, we are all being pushed into new areas of our life. Staying in the old and the same old is not going to work in this energy. Now, some people might choose to do that. Then that means that they're going to be facing the same challenges over and over again. So if you embrace the fact that this is offering you a new journey somewhere in your life, it doesn't mean your whole life has to change, but something in your life has to change. And if you welcome that in and you work with that and you take on the cap of the master builder of your life, you are going to get whatever it is you want to manifest here. All right? So let's look at the energies from the, I can't remember which deck it is. It's by Kyle Gray. It's one of the portal energies. What's opening up here is the divine matrix. And look at that. That's a portal. It is absolutely a portal. The divine matrix speaks to the flower of life, sacred geometry. That's what we are looking at there within that circle. It is the flower of life. And it's a matrix. It shows us that everything and everyone in our lives, we're all interconnected. That's why it's called the divine matrix. It's about interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. So coincidences are God incidences. The divine matrix speaks to that understanding that everything in our life is connected, that there are no actual coincidences. That's why we call it God incidences. You signed up for this. You wanted to learn something. You wanted to grow on a soul and a spiritual and a human level. So everything that's happened in your life, good, bad, neutral, indifferent, it doesn't matter, is there to serve your personal growth. And when you understand that everything in your life is interconnected, including all of your lives, past, present, future, this is not on a linear timeline. It's on a circular one. And the second card coincides with that. We've got the past with, again, a vortex or a portal of energy showing the divine matrix is very much at work in our lives right now. Now, what does this relate to in the tarot? The Wheel of Fortune. So for every one of us, we're facing in this energy some element of what is destined for us, whether we signed up to have that contract or whether we're creating a new one, because we can create new contracts. Yes, we can. But in order to get there, we have to dive in to the realization and the energy that everything is interconnected at all times, that we are never actually alone, ever. The past part of us, the future part of us, our ancestral line, our past lives here and in other cosmic systems, these parts of us are all there to help us. We're never alone. And so if you've gone through a time or you're feeling right now that you're alone or you're lonely or you don't have resources, the answer is you do. It's all around you. Connect in to the divine matrix. Call in your ancestors. Call in the parts of you that have already had experiences through the past, and call in the parts of you that are in the future and in other realms, because we are giant souls. So our human self, what we're seeing here physically, is only a very small version of what we actually are. So call in your multi-dimensional persona and you will not feel alone. Call in your guardian angel, call in your guides, and have them help you through this. Now, when we're looking at the past, this card is telling us that our past, present, and future are all intertwined together, and that the past may indeed be what has shaped us. And it's interesting, I'm becoming very aware of my portrait behind me, how that kind of fits this video here. I didn't realize that until right now. The past has given us lessons, it has given us challenges, but it has also given us wisdom. It has given us experience. So through the energy of the divine matrix, recognizing that you are a cell of creation, that you are a part of the whole flower of life. That means that every experience you've ever had needs to be loved. Every one of them. Even if you died brutally in another life or you were significantly abused, when you love every experience you have had, you embrace it with compassion and unconditional love, then that love will shift any pain and suffering, and it will bring in the light. Because we are not meant to stay in the place of suffering. Yes, we go through pain, we experience pain, but suffering, this long-term suffering, is something we're not supposed to stay in. So if you're in suffering for a long time, it means that there's something you don't want to see, or there's something you can't see yet. Call it in, ask for that to present itself to you. And in fact, ask your past to talk to you, because there might be a pattern in your life right now that is needing a deeper understanding from you. There might be a pattern in your life that is keeping you stuck or delayed from reaching the goals you want to reach. And therefore your past is the place where this pattern lies. And that past could be in a past life, but it could also be part of your ancestral and generational lineage, that it may not be your past life at all, that you essentially, when you were born, you took on the pattern from your lineage. Even if as a soul, you never created that pattern, but you becoming aware that you took that pattern on is key here, so that you can now release it. And in order to release it, you must first have awareness, and then into that awareness, give it infinite compassion, love, and understanding, and allow it to finally be healed and released. You have to want that pattern to leave, because the pattern will not leave until you actually want it to leave. So that's one of the core factors here. And again, infinite compassion, because we're all on a journey. Sometimes we face things that we're not actually ready for. We're not ready to release that pattern. Maybe there's something we haven't quite learned from it. One of the things that keeps most of us from releasing patterns is self-abandonment. We're always abandoning ourselves in some form. So the answer with all of these 7 planets in Aries is self-love, because Aries rules the I am presence, self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, but it's mainly self-love and self-confidence. Aries is about radical self-love. Love yourself no matter what. All of the parts you consider weak and all of the parts you consider strengths. When you love yourself in your totality, you will never abandon yourself again. And the past will then only be your greatest teacher. And you can take it as a beautiful class that you went through in college and you graduated from, and you have the diploma now, all right? So this is a beautiful, beautiful message. And from this, we're going on a voyage. We are all going on a voyage now, and we're going into unknown territory. So this card on the physical level is inviting you to become the explorer in your life, to literally take a bus, a plane, bicycle, a train, whatever mode of transportation you want. Go somewhere you have never been. Be the explorer, be the adventurer. So this is an outward energy. It's also an inward energy. It's asking you to go on a voyage where you leave your comfort zones behind, where you want to explore parts of yourself you don't know well, parts of yourself that up until now maybe weren't present because you were so invested in the past that you didn't allow yourself to be fully in the present, because the present is all we ultimately have. So the voyage is a voyage inward through your past, present, and future, and it's a voyage out into the world. And the other message with that is a lot of times it takes us going somewhere new. And that can be as simple as leaving your home, going for a walk in a place you don't normally walk, or you haven't walked in a long time, or you haven't biked or run in a long time, but get out of your home, get out of the places you frequent, get out into nature. And in those moments, you're going to suddenly have a different perspective, especially if you ask for that guidance and that's the next card, guidance, number 44. There we have that 44. And we have the boat here too. And that is the Argo, that is the boat that Jason and the Argonauts rode on. It was a magical boat that was given magic by Goddess Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And they went on the journey, Jason and the Argonauts, to get the golden fleece. So in this energy, we've got the energy of magic, which is number 11, right? So when you decide to go on the voyage of your life, whether that's internal or external only, it doesn't matter, but it's about going somewhere different, going somewhere new. If you're not a reader, picking up books and reading books instead of watching the television, deciding to even go get different food, but bring in the new in your life and invite new perspectives in to let you know if there is indeed something from the past, whether it's your own past lives or those of your ancestors, that is somehow holding you back in some form. Ask and you will receive, all right? So I love that message. And then we have the card of Aries. No, I did not purposefully pull this out. I shuffled, then got on the video. Aries, there we go. And the word is motivation. And you know, it's very interesting because the god Aries was involved in the mythos of Jason and the Argonauts and the finding of the golden fleece, because the ram carries the golden fleece. So there's no doubt in my mind that this video, if it finds you, I'm here to set you on a new journey in your life. And Aries is having the courage, taking that leap of faith. Within this card, we see the energy of the Fool and the Tarot, taking that leap of faith and following the energy that you're feeling called to move towards, or the direction you're feeling called to. Really go towards that. The other energy around motivation is it's asking you to get deep with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that most motivates me in my life? Where is my deepest motivations coming from? Because you want to know why you're doing something. If there's a pattern in your life, you want to know why it's there. Why do you keep recreating it, or why do you keep allowing it in? What is your motivation? Get clear on that, and then the answers will begin to unfold. So let's now look at the tarot here so we can get some more mundane messages. We have the Six of Pentacles. That's about equal give and take, giving and receiving, and working in the energy of community, working with others. So the Six of Pentacles, and this card, I like it because it's the Emperor, and I believe that actually is Aries here, because this is the Mythic tarot that I'm using. So we've got that energy of Aries very present, but it's working on your pentacles, and it's that give and take, that balance here. So Pentacles is all about our financial well-being. It could be about our home, or we're working within the home. It can be our careers. It can be all about opportunities. It's about something we're building. And the next card is you're building strength. So in order to build more pentacles, we are really using our inner strength and courage to do this. And the strength card is ruled by Leo, but it's also Aries in there as well. So a lot of fire and earth energy here. And the earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then we've got another pentacle, the Knight of Pentacles. So we're going to add that onto the Six of Pentacles. It could be that there's an offer, an opportunity coming towards you that comes out of this cycle of the new moon. And I believe it's going to be something you want, but you've got to really sit with it, because you're here to embody the energy of the Queen of Wands, because she's the only suit here. She's the only court card. So the Queen of Wands, male or female, is asking you, and we've got the lions there again. Wow, that's really interesting. There might be a lot of people with Leo and Aries energy and Sag watching this video. And this can also be a direction to those of you watching that the time frame here is going to happen in the time of fire and earth energy. So after Aries, the next fire season is Leo, followed by Virgo. So that's going to be late July, August, and September. So that can be a time frame for some of you. But the Queen of Wands is saying, you know what to do. This could be an offer of creativity. This could be an offer of leadership, an opportunity for you to take greater leadership and imbue greater creativity into your work or whatever it is that you are engaging in. And the last card, I love it, is the Ten of Pentacles. So you are going to manifest exactly what it is you want. It's going to take time though, because this is earth energy. So again, looking outward, that late July, August, September time frame for me is what I would be looking at here. So let me complete with taking any last minute messages here from the moon cards, any last guidance that these cards might want to give us. Okay. Oh, we've got the cosmic card. I love that card. Don't let jealousy cloud your judgment. Now that's an interesting message. So motivation, okay, now I'm getting a hit on motivation. It's not only about what motivates you, but become very clear on what motivates others around you, because there could be jealousy around you. There could be competition around you. And if you're the one holding the wand with the Queen of Wands and getting the Ten of Pentacles, there very well could be. And the other card is opening up to new experiences. I love that. Be open to new experiences, and we have the globe. And for some of you, that could be becoming a globetrotter. So let me pull one last card here. I want a numbers card for all of us watching. There we go. Oh, wow, we've got 5555. Clarity. Love that message, clarity. So this new moon in Aries energy, which is a very focused energy, by the way, it's bringing in transformation and change. You are not a victim ever of any circumstance. You are a beneficiary, enriching your life experience. So this card is saying, catch yourself if you drop into any victim mode here. Remember, you are the master builder of your life. So if you realize there's jealousy around you, don't participate in it. By embracing and adapting to change, you are setting yourself up for long-term success. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles is. Trust that everything is unfolding for the best. You are achieving your goals, and everything's going to work out perfectly in the end. I love that energy. Sending you all so much love.